I remember when I first auditioned, I don't know if you know this story.
I don't. Please tell me.
It's fascinating. But when I went into audition, the show was called Absolutely Psychic. It wasn't called That's So Raven at all. It was called Absolutely Psychic.
Okay.
And I think they were deciding, we're going to make it for cameras. We're going to make a sitcom.
Yeah.
And at the time, Raven wasn't the lead. She
What?
was the sidekick.
That's
And they were,
what?
Yes, they were looking for a lead. I came into audition for the lead. I think the character's name was Molly.
Okay.
And I auditioned, and a couple other people auditioned. I didn't get the part. Somebody else got the part. But when they filmed, they realized that Raven was the funniest one and had a following. And so they bumped her up to first position, and then they started auditioning people again. And I went into a big cattle call, and I finally got the part. I think the character's name was like Molly, then Emma, and then it became Chelsea. And I think that was kind of like racism at a low level, I guess, if that's even a possibility.
Okay.
They couldn't really see a black girl leading a show. They didn't even.
And not initially.
Yeah. They saw her as a sidekick.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's funny because with Disney, it's like, it's not personal, right? It's business.
Right.
It's like, I remember my brother is in finance. And I remember him saying something like, look, a lot of times in where I'm from, the only color that matters is green.
Totally. Yeah.
And as shitty as that sounds, especially when we're talking about kids' lives here.
That's what you're saying. It is business. And I was just going to say that. Yeah, but children are involved.
That is true.
So it's,
and the impacts of not just who you're casting, but the stories, the representation, the visibility. But look, I mean, we're talking about what year was that when that
first happened? 2000?
2000? Yeah.
Yes, I think I was 15. Yeah, 2000.
Wow. Oh my
Crazy.
gosh. To me, you've always been so like mature and put together. And I know that I got that a lot of people thought that about me.
Yes, I was going to say you too. Don't you think it's the theater?
Yeah.
Yes, because you were doing Broadway and Parade and you were around fabulous adults, funny people.
Yeah.
You had to be responsible. New York City's so,
That's true.
go,
Very
go, go.
different. Very different.
You had to figure out the train system. And even at a very young age.
Yeah, even though my mom was there, the stakes are very high, I think, when you're around New York City.
Right.
Kind of like bumming around and like living. Because like in New York, it's very different here where you could be in your car. You could sit in your car before an audition. You could collect yourself, or you could just eat in your car, get some drive-through.
Right.
Going from like lot to lot or whatever it is. But like in New York, like you're like literally on the street. There's like no place for you to chill if you're waiting from, one audition to the next.
Right. And you're just out in the open. And I think you want to be an adult because you're around adults and you want to be cool and you learn to kind of grow up quickly just so you can hang, just so you can be seen almost as an adult. So,
wait, so then did you start with theater as well?
I started with theater as
That's
well.
what I
know.
thought.
I want to ask you about Parade and everything.
Oh my God, we have to
talk about Parade.
this is our audition tape for Jason Robert Brown. And we'll
you
get
don't
to
know this man. You don't know a thing. I'm just doing Caroline Camello.
It is on Broadway right now.
I know, which is great. Great for Jews. Great for us Jews. I can say that because I'm a Jew.
She can say this.
Yeah, and Kanye's not here, so I should be fine.
Fuck that guy. Parade, I went to at City Center. I was the original Mary Fagan, which is small. Okay, but it was a small part, okay?
So what, Christy? That's such a cool credit. Okay. Really. It's amazing. The fact that you were in the original production too. And Mary Fagan's a big plot twist. I mean,
she's iconic.
Yeah.
She is the plot twist of, spoiler alert.
She's Annie. I'm just kidding. She's the Annie of
She's
Parade.
the Southern Annie.
Yes,
oh my God.
yes.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, it was very cool to go back to City Center and see Parade, which was a play I had originated a character in. But
you went to see the, of course they went.
I demanded. I was like, I'm coming to see this. And then City Center, their press team said, hey, we'll give you tickets, but obviously we can't fly you in or anything. And I was like, fuck it. I'm going to take the hit. I'm going to go. I'm going to be present. And I'm going to see Jason and everybody. And
you did? How?
I saw Alfred Urey. He kind of remembered me. I told him I lived in Texas, and I think he was pissed. Because Parade is very New York propaganda.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good point. Good point. Yeah.
It hates the South. It hates the South.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because of that story.
Yeah, I know. It's a very interesting take, and it was very strange being now like living in Texas and like telling the people that created that show like
I live in Texas.
But they've also done Parade in Marietta, Georgia, where it's set.
That's where they should do it.
Yeah,
because I think that's the audience that needs to see it.
Exactly.
Not just people in New York, not just the liberal Jews in New York. Those are the people who already get it, who don't need to learn from it.
Right, exactly.
It's kind of like Kinky Boots. Like, have you ever seen Kinky Boots?
Yeah.
I always watch that show and I'm like, aren't we past this?
Yeah.
You know?
It feels dated.
So dated.
That's
I'm like,
interesting.
yeah, you can't hate gay people anymore, guys, or trans people. Like, that's not cool. Duh. You know what I mean? But it's still doing so well, and good for Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, it is interesting how certain social movements have a marketplace value or something like that. Like what you were talking about with Raven. And I did not know that story. Thank you for sharing, where it was like, and then when they made you Chelsea, what with the different names? Why did they change the names?
I don't know. Molly, I think Chelsea because of Clinton at the time or something. They were still thinking like that was a popular name.
Okay.
And then it took place in Chicago, which was... San Francisco, which was also sort of liberal. And
that's right.
But then when we came back to do Raven's Home, Trump was in office, and so they moved us to Chicago, sort of middle America. They kind of go with the times, Disney.
They do.
They want their audience to feel like we're current.
Yeah.
Or paying attention to politics or something.
That's interesting. Yeah. I mean,
but I remember when I auditioned for That's So Raven, they really didn't like my look. I kind of had like a gothic look.
You did? Wait, in life, or you chose that?
No, in life. Like
you
I was
were
going to
gothic?
Yeah. I was just like going to Hot Topic and
what?
I just was rebelling and doing like a lot of musical theater and felt kind of like more of an adult. Like I had a choice in the matter of what I was wearing. And
oh, that's cool.
Just rebelling.
Yeah.
But I remember I had a screen test and you remember Joey Paul Jensen?
Of course I love
she was
her.
Like, you're so great. You're so funny. You just kind of have this older feel.
Yeah.
And,
I could totally hear her saying that.
Yes.
Joey like casted everyone from both of our casts.
I wonder what she's up to.
She's great. I'm friends with her on Facebook. I'm actually having a Even Stevens reunion on Sunday.
What?
I am having an Even Stevens reunion and
So you're setting it up?
No. Sorry, that did sound like I was being like some crazy, like living in the past person. But
no
we
cool.
do these reunions from time to time.
Where?
Usually a dingy bar in Burbank.
Okay.
You know, and
like a karaoke situation?
No karaoke. So it's kind of like dimly lit nostalgia. Where now I'm sober. This will be the first one where I'm sober.
I was just gonna say at a bar. Okay.
And at first I was like, oh, great reunion. I could bring my kids. And then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, no, I can't bring my kids.
No.
Because it's a lot of crew that I feel like is really supportive and still sort of all tied together. And they love, I feel like they felt like aunties and uncles to us. Wait, Karen did your makeup, didn't she? She taught me all about sex.
You taught me a little bit about sex.
I did?
You definitely taught me about...
Let's get into it!
Well, I just remember that circle of life. Do you remember taking Raven and me into another room and... hanging out.
So let's talk about this. Apparently, I got super, super sassy on the set of Circle of Life.
Did other people say that or something?
No, you guys told me this. The last time I saw Raven, she was like, oh yeah, you showed me your boobs.
Yes, okay. I was like, can I say that? It was fabulous. First of all, Raven was super happy about that. Let's be honest, right? Raven was like, oh my God, we talked about it for days because they're gorgeous.
Wait, so did you know she was gay?
I knew she was gay the second I met her.
No fucking way.
The second I met her, and I wonder if that's kind of why I got the part. And she definitely was a champion for me.
Okay.
But
did she know she was gay? Was she?
She did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was sort of an unspoken thing? You guys just kind of let it be friendship?
Yes, I think in the Black community it wasn't as widely accepted as it is now.
Okay.
And hopefully it'll be even more accepted in the future. But she was also finding herself and her parents, who knows, but I think we in the green room when I was auditioning for the last screen test, I think I said something to her like, you're gay, right? And she kind of giggled or laughed. And I think she thought, wow, this person.
The connection was there.
Yeah, she knew.
It was like you broke the fifth wall that she was like creating.
Yes.
For everyone to observe her because... Yeah. And this is, okay, so I think I showed you my boobs because I wanted to make an impression.
And you did, girl. I'll never forget those boobs. Best boobs I've ever seen.
Well, I will show you mine today just so that we can complete the circle.
Show them now! Go!
Because we need the views. But listen, we're going to get the views with this one. But I will tell you, I've nursed a child for 3 years straight. They are not the same.
Oh.
They're not the same.
Oh, how disappointing.
But my husband likes them. That's all that matters.
Oh, exactly. Well, they were very up and tight.
I think I just had them done.
You just had them done? Like lifted? Oh,
no. Back then I had
just
had
them done. And they were beautiful. Tight. Tight. So I'm sure they're like absolutely perfect now. Whatever that is,
It's so funny. So wait, but the reason why I think I showed you the boobs was because she'd had a, what do you call it?
Something.
They made them smaller.
A reduction. Yeah, a lot of people had a reduction. I think my sister had a reduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's, sometimes it's painful on your back and stuff.
Yeah. It's a medical thing that you need to have happen. So I think we were talking about whether she was thinking about it or something like that, right? Yeah.
Thanks so much for checking out this clip for the Vulnerable Podcast. For the full episode, go ahead and check out my YouTube channel. That link is in the description. Thanks again.